Good evening. This is All India Radio. I'm Anubha Rohatgi with the news at 9. The headlines. Union Home Minister Amit Shah says time has come to revisit the course of history for the benefit of people. Addresses 400th birth anniversary celebration of Ahom General Lachit Borphukan. India rejects observations of US Commission on International Religious Freedom, terms them biased and inaccurate. Political parties intensify election campaign across Gujarat in run-up to assembly polls. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman holds pre-budget consultations with experts of social and services sectors today. India reiterates its commitment on conserving tortoises and freshwater turtles at COP19 in Panama. In FIFA World Cup, Switzerland defeat Cameroon 1-0. Uruguay-South Korea match ends in goalless draw in group stage matches. And in cricket, India take on New Zealand in the first ODI at Auckland tomorrow. DD Sports to telecast the match live from 7 a.m. onwards. Union Home Minister Amit Shah today said Prime Minister Narendra Modi has closed the gap between Northeast India and mainstream India. He said that peace has been established in the Northeast region due to the efforts of the Narendra Modi government. He was participating in the 400th birth anniversary celebration of Ahom General Lachit Borphukan in New Delhi this evening.
आज पूर्वोत्तर भारत में शांति है, पूर्वोत्तर भारत में विकास पहुंचा है और पूर्वोत्तर भारत और मेन स्ट्रीम भारत के बीच में जो अंतर था, वो अंतर को मोदी जी ने समाप्त कर दिया है। पूर्वोत्तर को रेलवे से जोड़ा है, एयर रूट से जोड़ा है, विकास से जोड़ा है। इससे भी बड़ी बात है, मोदी जी ने पूर्वोत्तर को दिल से जोड़ा है। आज पूरा पूर्वोत्तर ये महसूस कर रहा है कि हम भारत का हिस्सा है।
The Home Minister asked the students of history to do research on 30 dynasties who have ruled for at least 150 years in different parts of the country. He said that the time has come to revisit the course of history for the larger benefits of the people. Mr. Shah urged the Assam Chief Minister to get the books on Lachit Borphukan translated in at least 10 languages.
मैं आज हेमंत विश्व शर्मा जी से अनुरोध करना चाहता हूं कि देश की 10 भाषाएं और हिंदी में लचित बरफुकन के चरित्र को आसाम सरकार ने अनुवाद कर देश के हर बच्चे को लचित बरफुकन पर अभ्यास करने का आपने एक काम करना है।
Speaking on the occasion, Assam Chief Minister Hemanta Biswa Sarma urged the people of Assam to lit earthen lamps tonight as a mark of respect to the great warrior. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will address the closing ceremony of the year-long celebrations of 400th birth anniversary of Lachit Borphukan in New Delhi tomorrow. The External Affairs Ministry today rejected the observations of the US Commission on International Religious Freedom, USCIRF, on religious freedom in India. Addressing media in New Delhi, MEA spokesperson Arindam Bagchi termed the observations in the report as biased and inaccurate.
So we consider these biased and inaccurate observations about India by USCIRF. They have a tendency to consistently misrepresent facts, and this shows a lack of their understanding of India, constitutional framework, plurality, and our robust democratic system. Given its past record, we are not surprised to see that USCIRF continues to be guided by its prejudices and pursues a motivated agenda that calls into question its own credibility.
Mr. Bagchi also informed that India has rescued over 200 people who were trapped in fake job rackets in Myanmar. He said out of 200 people, 153 people have already been repatriated to India and the remaining 50 people are in the process of repatriation. Mr. Bagchi said more than 108 people have been repatriated to India from Cambodia. On the issue of Indian fugitive Zakir Naik's presence at the FIFA World Cup in Qatar, Mr. Bagchi said the issue of Zakir Naik has been raised with Qatar. In Gujarat, with the assembly election round the corner, campaigning has intensified. BJP leader and Prime Minister Narendra Modi addressed 4 marathon rallies at Palanpur, Modasa, Dahegam and Babla in North Gujarat today. Addressing the rallies, Mr. Modi said the election is not to decide which party is going to rule, but will decide the future of Gujarat for the next 25 years. As part of campaign, senior Congress leaders Mukul Vasnik, Punjab State President Amrinder Singh Raja Brar and National Spokesperson Alok Sharma held press conferences at Surat and Ahmedabad today. The Congress leaders termed BJP's policies as anti-poor and criticized the BJP as well as the AAP on several issues including health and unemployment. On the other hand, Aam Aadmi Party's star campaigner Bhagwant Mann held roadshows in central Gujarat to woo the voters. Our correspondent reports that the political parties are using various methods to reach out to the voters.
The ruling BJP is stressing upon public rallies, door-to-door campaigns to take its developmental agenda to the voters. Party leaders are engrossed in addressing public meets, booth-level outreach programs to directly connect with the voters. Congress Party, on the other hand, is mainly relying on press conferences and local-level meetings to reach out to the voters. Aam Aadmi Party, which is trying to establish itself as a third front in the state, is holding road shows and press conferences to seek voters' support. With Jitendra Dwivedi, Aparna Khun, AR News, Ahmedabad.
Union Minister for Road Transport and Highways Nitin Gadkari has approved the 4-laning of Bhiwani-Hansi Road section of National Highway 148B under the Bharatmala Pariyojana in Bhiwani and Hisar districts of Haryana with a budget of over 1,300 crore rupees. Mr. Gadkari said the project would provide fast movement and good inter-district connectivity in Haryana. The minister said the development of this section would also improve the overall efficiency of the long route traffic and freight movement. He added that the project would give a boost to the basic infrastructure in Haryana that would give momentum to the overall economic development of the region. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman today chaired the 6th Pre-Budget 2023 consultations with the experts of social sector, including health, education, rural development, water and sanitation. The meeting was attended by Ministers of State for Finance, Pankaj Chaudhary and Dr. Bhagwat Karad. It was also attended by Finance Secretary Dr. T.V. Somanathan, Chief Economic Advisor Dr. Ananta Nageshwaran and other senior officials. Earlier, the Finance Minister chaired the 5th Pre-Budget 2023 consultations with the experts of services and trade in New Delhi. India's G20 Sherpa Amitabh Kant has said that the circular economy agenda will be given a thrust during the country's G20 presidency. Addressing the 6th edition of FICCI Circular Economy Symposium 2022, Mr. Kant said transitioning to a fully circular economy will require urgent and large-scale action from all parts of society. He said a circular economy is necessary for climate change and a huge amount of cross-sectoral collaboration is critical to facilitate a circular economy. The Rashtrapati Bhavan will be open for public viewing for 5 days in a week from the 1st of December. The tour will be available on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. However, it will remain closed on gazetted holidays. People can also visit the Rashtrapati Bhavan Museum complex 6 days in a week from Tuesday to Sunday, except on gazetted holidays. Various government agencies are investigating the cybersecurity incident at the All India Institute of Medical Sciences, Delhi's server. In this regard, a FIR has been registered by Special Cell of Delhi Police. In a media statement, AIIMS said agencies are supporting AIIMS in bringing back the digital care services. Yesterday, due to the cybersecurity incident, the outpatient and inpatient digital hospital services, including smart lab, billing, report generation, appointment systems have been affected. All these services are still running on manual mode. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. India has reiterated its commitment on conserving tortoises and freshwater turtles in the country during the 19th meeting of the Conference of the Parties COP19 at the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Fauna and Flora CITES. The 19th meeting is being held at Panama City from 14th November to 25th November 2022. In a statement, the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change said that at COP19, India's proposal for induction of freshwater turtles earned wide support of the parties in COP19 of CITES. India participated in the 22nd Council of Ministers meeting of the Indian Ocean Rim Association, IORA, held at Dhaka in Bangladesh today. The Indian delegation was led by Minister of State for External Affairs, Dr. Rajkumar Ranjan Singh. During his remarks, Mr. Singh reaffirmed the country's strong commitment to strengthening IORA to promote peace, security and prosperity in the Indian Ocean region as well as in the Indo-Pacific. The IORA is the largest and preeminent organization in the Indian Ocean region with 23 members and 10 dialogue partners. Foreign Office consultations were held between India and Iran in New Delhi today. The Iranian delegation was led by Deputy Foreign Minister for Political Affairs, Dr. Ali Bagheri Kani, and the Indian side was led by Foreign Secretary Vinay Mohan Kwatra. During the delegation-level talks, both sides discussed the entire gamut of bilateral relations, including political, economic, cultural and consular engagement. The two sides reiterated their commitment to continue cooperation for development of the Shahid Beheshti terminal of the Chabahar port. The two sides also exchanged views on regional and international issues, including Afghanistan. The Central Bank of Sri Lanka has kept the lending rates unchanged at 15.5% following a monetary policy meeting today. More from our correspondent.
Keeping the lending rates unchanged, the Central Bank of Sri Lanka today said that the prevailing tight monetary policy stance is necessary to rein in any underlying demand pressures in the economy. The central bank has so far hiked rates by a record 950 basis points this year to battle runaway inflation. Meanwhile, the inflation rate has eased to 70.6% in October this year. For AIR News, Ahmed Moin Farooqi from Colombo.
In Pakistan, Lieutenant General Asim Munir was appointed as the new Chief of Army Staff today. He will take over from outgoing General Qamar Javed Bajwa, who will retire later this month after a 6-year term. China on Thursday reported more than 31,600 new COVID cases, the highest tally since the pandemic began in late 2019. This surge also surpassed the previous high seen in April during the months-long painful Shanghai lockdown, putting pressure on the country's increasingly unpopular zero-COVID approach of quarantine and mass testing. The southern city of Guangzhou, the national capital of Beijing, and the southwestern municipality of Chongqing have been the hardest hit in the latest COVID wave. Malaysia's opposition leader Anwar Ibrahim was sworn in as the country's new Prime Minister today. The new leader was appointed by King Al Sultan Abdullah after elections over the weekend resulted in an unprecedented hung parliament. Neither Mr. Anwar nor ex-Premier Muhyiddin Yassin had won the simple majority needed to form a government. In the FIFA World Cup, the match between Uruguay and South Korea ended in a goalless draw this evening. Earlier in another match, Switzerland defeated Cameroon 1-0 in their opening match of Group G at the Al Janoub Stadium, Qatar. Cameroon started the game on a dominating note with some really good attack on display, while Switzerland too had chances at the start, but neither side could score a goal in the first half of the game. However, in the second half, Bril Imboli scored the lone goal of the game to give Switzerland an easy win. In another match today, Portugal will take on 4-time Africa Cup of Nations AFCON champions Ghana at 9:30 p.m. In cricket, India will take on New Zealand in the first ODI of 3-match series at Eden Park in Auckland tomorrow. The match will start at 7 a.m. IST. It will be broadcast live on DD Sports. For India, in the absence of skipper Rohit Sharma and vice-captain KL Rahul, Shikhar Dhawan will lead the ODI team. Young Indian boxers continued their dominance at the IBA Youth Men's and Women's World Boxing Championships 2022 as 7 of them stormed into the finals after their stunning victories at La Nucia, Spain. Youth Asian champions Vanshaj and Vishwanath Suresh along with Ashish marched ahead in the men's semi-finals, whereas in the women's section, Kirti, Bhavna Sharma, Devika Ghurpade and Ravina progressed to the finals. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Union Home Minister Amit Shah says time has come to revisit the course of history for the benefit of people, addresses 400th birth anniversary celebration of Ahom General Lachit Borphukan. India rejects observations of US Commission on International Religious Freedom, terms them biased and inaccurate. Political parties intensify election campaign across Gujarat in run-up to assembly polls. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman holds pre-budget consultations with experts of social and services sectors today. India reiterates its commitment on conserving tortoises and freshwater turtles at COP19 in Panama. In FIFA World Cup, Switzerland defeat Cameroon 1-0. Uruguay-South Korea match ends in goalless draw in group stage matches. And that is all at News at 9. Good night.